Hey guys, Al Escobedo here with CrossbowExpert.com. Right now is one of my favorite times of the year. I love turkey hunting, and it is springtime. Turkey season in Wisconsin is right around the corner, but I know there's a lot of states that are already up and running. So today, all I want to talk about real briefly is the different options for broadheads and what I would recommend for turkey hunting with your crossbow. This broadhead in my hands is the FOC from New Archery Products. It's a 3-inch cutting diameter, 2-blade system. It's 170 grains. The big thing for me when it comes to hunting turkeys with archery equipment is the biggest cutting diameter I can get. Now this particular broadhead, I had the opportunity to hunt with it last year with my Siege, my 10-point Siege, and it did an excellent job. I killed a couple different birds with it. Both times that I shot turkeys with it, it hit them. They didn't go anywhere. But this is a little bit overkill. It's a little bit larger. It was just something that I wanted to test out and play around with. But if you're one of those guys that's looking for that large, extreme cutting diameter, this is a great option for turkeys, and it shot very well out of my Siege 410 from 10-point crossbows last year and had a lot of good success. But like I said, the biggest thing that I look for when you're hunting turkeys with archery equipment is that cutting diameter. Their vitals are very small, and then the other thing that goes along with those vitals is the aiming point. It's not like a whitetail or a bear or any of those four-legged creatures that you're just looking for that crease behind the shoulder, that you got something, a real good solid aiming reference. When you're looking through that crossbow scope and you got a turkey standing at 10, 12 yards, picking the right feather can be a little bit more difficult. So getting that bigger cutting diameter will really help extend the odds of actually getting that bird and not wounding it. You just want to get that big cut through the vitals. The 2-inch blades is kind of our standard, what you're going to see. The NAP kill zone, I've shot at quite a few turkeys with this particular broadhead. It's a 2-inch, 2-blade expandable. Like I said, it's been a very successful broadhead. It is rated only to 400 feet per second, but here at CrossbowExpert.com, this has been our top selling broadhead, and we've done a ton of testing with it, and we've tested out of bows that are shooting well above the 400 feet per second rating, all the way up to 470. We have not shot it out of a 500 yet, but that will be coming soon, and we've always had great success. This is the NAP kill zone. Like I said, 2-inch, it works great. Again, you can shoot them in the head, you can shoot them in the body, the vitals. You got that nice 2-inch cut to make sure you connect with those vitals. And then the other thing is, when you start getting into these expandable broadheads, is you really got to be careful to make sure you're getting something that's actually rated for the crossbow that you're shooting. As I mentioned before with the kill zone, we've done a lot of testing, so I'm very confident with that broadhead shooting out of crossbows much faster than that 400 feet per second speed rating. But there's a lot of them out there that are great broadheads that we haven't had the opportunity to test. So if you're getting into those 450 to those 500 feet per second bows and you really want to focus on something that's rated more for those speeds, you got the Raven broadhead, which is basically Raven's version of an NAP kill zone. It uses a very similar system, very similar blade retention system, holds up really nice, and it's rated up to 500 feet per second. Another great option that we have is the Centerpoint Evo X broadhead. It's a little bit smaller cut, coming in at 1 7/8 inches, but this is another one that's really designed for those top end speeds, those 470 to 500 feet per second crossbows. Performs very well, uses a totally different system for the blade retention. It basically uses the force of the crossbow to keep those blades closed. We've done a lot of shooting, a lot of testing, and I'm very surprised at how well these work without any binders or clips holding those broadheads closed. They do a great job. It's a great option. But the biggest thing with turkeys is hitting them where you're supposed to. You're going to aim right above the legs. You don't want to hit them low. Do some research, do some digging on the anatomy of a turkey. They're very difficult to kill with archery equipment. If you're getting into the crossbow hunting, crossbows do a great job. It just takes a little bit more research. And if you have any questions or want to discuss different broadhead options, feel free to give me a call anytime. It's Al with CrossbowExpert.com.